Assalamu alaikum, beta. Today we have another set of questions. Question 6. We did all the questions up to question number 5 yesterday. Now we are going to do the question 6, 7 and the language work. So the question 6 is, why does White want to raise his mind above the daily trifles? So, as you know, two trifles are very unimportant issues, daily issues which are very unimportant, because he wants to raise his mind above these daily trifles to do something great. Because the poet wants to overcome thinking about these things of little value. He actually wants to overcome thinking. We are often obsessed with the things of little value. Often. More often than not, people are obsessed, engrossed in thinking about the things of little value. So the poet actually wants us to overcome thinking about these things of little value, so that he can think about doing something great, and that may be beneficial to the people. You too must have same spirit and inspiration. You must take inspiration from the poet to overcome thinking about these small things and do something great in our life. Why does the poet ask Stunga to surrender the will to the God's will? Why does he want Stunga to surrender his will to God's will? Because not only the poet, all of us, not only the poet, but us, it's our belief as well. It's, in fact, our religious belief that we must always try to surrender our will to the God's will. If you, not most, but all of my students are Muslims by faith, and I too represent that faith. So the literal meaning of the word Islam, that means the name of our religion, is to surrender our will to God's will, to submit our will to God's will. So here the poet says the same thing, that we must try to surrender. We must have the strength. It requires strength to surrender one's will to God's will, to accept the God's commands, the God's injections and God's decisions. So we must always try to surrender and submit our will to God's will, because the poet himself knows that there is no power that can resist Almighty. There is no power that can resist Almighty. So by surrendering his will to God's will, his heart will get purified, and he will get love from God and will lead a good life. Now we have the language. This was question number 7, and the simple answer to this question will be that we need to surrender our will or submit ourselves to God's will, because there's no power that you cannot resist God's will. You cannot resist the God's power, which ultimately controls not only all human beings, but everything what's between the heavens and the earth. And language work. Give me strength to disown the power. The word used is disown the power. Make the words beginning with the prefix dis, which makes a negative word. You will have to think of few words. You can think. You are at liberty to think at your own pace. There's no hurry over it. Please sit at home and try to think about the words which start with this, but which have a negative meaning. So I have found out some of the words for you. Disgrace, grace, disgrace. Continue, discontinue. If you want to continue something, if you do not want to continue, it signifies a negative meaning. Discontinue, not continue means disconnect. I want to connect. I do not want to connect. Disconnect. I like, dislike. I don't like him. Honest, dishonest. He's honest. He's not honest. Disable. He's able. He's disable. Discharge. Disagree. Agree. I agree with you. I do not agree with you. I don't agree with you. Disagree. Respect. I respect. Disrespect. I own the poor. I disown the poor. Okay, it's enough for today, beta. Tomorrow we will be meeting with another lesson. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.